What's going on, fellas? Coming at you guys with another dating topic this week. And as always, before we get into this week's video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That way you guys will be the first to know when I come out with new content. Now let's get into the video. Alright guys, so in the past couple of videos, we've talked about how to maximize your dating success, how to build and maintain attraction with a woman. But one of the things that we haven't covered, which I think is very important, is rejection. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to handle rejection, specifically when you're approaching a woman for the first time. Now, this is a super important topic. Guys, I want you to understand that rejection is part of dating. It's part of life. It's something that everyone goes through. Me, you, every guy that you know, everyone has dealt with rejection at some point. Now, in my opinion, there's absolutely no excuse for overreacting when it comes to a woman rejecting you. Yes, I know that it can be frustrating. Yes, I know that it can be disappointing, but you have to understand that it comes with the territory of dating. It's just part of dating. You can't have dating without being rejected at some point. Number one is people have preferences, right? Just because a woman rejected you, or she didn't give you her number, or she wasn't interested in talking with you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you did something wrong. It doesn't mean that you're deficient or you're lacking in some area. It could just be that whatever she's looking for, whatever she prefers, that's not you. That's kind of harsh, huh? Oh well. Keep in mind, women have preferences, men have preferences. You as an individual have your own preference, right? You have things that you're looking for as far as the kind of woman that you're looking to attract, and you may prefer certain attributes or certain qualities over others when it comes to a woman that you're looking to date. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm hanging with my boy and we head over to his mom's house and she's cooking dinner, and that particular night she happens to be making spaghetti and potato salad. Now, let's say she offers me a plate. I will gladly eat that spaghetti, but there's no way in this world that I'm touching that potato salad. Why? Because I just don't like potato salad. That's my personal preference. Is she going to overreact and say, oh, my potato salad isn't good enough for you? No, she's not gonna react that way, because that's just ridiculous. Guys, I don't care if that potato salad was made by the 10-time top chef of potato salad in the entire world. I don't care if that chef spent an entire month preparing and making that potato salad. I'm not gonna eat it because that's just my preference. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna eat it. Think about it, is that chef gonna lose sleep over the fact that one person doesn't enjoy that specific dish? No, absolutely not. Think of this YouTube channel, for example. I come out with videos every week. Some people are gonna think the videos are awesome. Some people are gonna take some great nuggets from them and learn a lot. Some people are gonna think the videos are lame. Hey, it's no big deal, right? That's just their preference. Maybe they prefer another dating channel or someone else who talks about dating. I'm not gonna get upset because one person or a selection of people don't like my YouTube channel. It's just their preference. It's the same exact thing when you approach a woman. There's no reason for you to overreact. You may not necessarily know why she's rejecting you, but there could be a chance that just you're not what she's looking for. Maybe it's physically, maybe it's your personality and what she's gathered from your personality thus far. She's gonna have her personal preferences. Just because she rejects you doesn't necessarily mean that you did something wrong or that you're an unattractive guy in general. It could just mean for her, you're not what she's looking for. It shouldn't feel like the end of the world because that one woman out of the billions of women out there isn't interested in you. Does that make sense? So along with understanding that people are gonna have their preferences, women are gonna have their preferences, the second recommendation I would give you is you have to make sure that you're creating options. My guess is that a lot of you guys out there who are getting upset or who are getting frustrated when they approach a woman and they're getting rejected is because you put so much mental energy and you fixated on that one woman or that single opportunity so much because you're not going out there and you're not creating options. You're not interacting with women just abundantly in your everyday life, wherever you may happen to go. If Saturday night when you go out with the fellas is the only time during the week where you're going out and you're creating conversations and you're interacting with women, there's a strong likelihood that you're gonna be thinking, okay, this woman, I may not interact with another woman during the week. I have to make sure that this works. I have to make sure that I get her number, or else I'm gonna have to wait until next week when I go out again in order to be able to interact with women and create conversations and approach them. I would recommend putting yourself out there more often and creating more opportunities in just your everyday life, where, as I mentioned, you can approach woman, target locked. I would recommend putting yourself out there more often and being creative and finding more opportunities during your everyday life where you can create conversations and talk to and meet women. If you're out meeting women at social events, or when you go to the grocery store, or when you go to the gym, or when you go to put gas in your car, and you're just creatively finding opportunities to meet and interact with women, one woman turning you down or not giving you her number isn't going to be that big of a deal to you, because you know that, hey, in the next hour or the next day, you may meet someone else and you guys build great chemistry together. I had it perfectly until the chemistry. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying you should get in your car and drive around the city and just park in random spots and go into stores just looking to meet women. That's not what I'm saying. But you can just find opportunities in your day-to-day living wherever you are. Like I said, whether it's the gym, the grocery store, the library, the laundromat, just be aware of your surroundings and interact with people. Doesn't even necessarily have to be women. Just find people around you to interact with and get in the habit of creating conversations with the people around you, whether they're men or women. So number one, we talked about, what was number one? People have preferences. Number one, we talked about people having preferences. Number two, we talked about creating options, right? Having an abundant mindset when you look at the world and the people around you and the opportunities to interact with women. Number three is stop continuing to pursue the woman after the first no. Guys, you have to be mature enough to handle a no in whatever form that it comes, right? I have a boyfriend. No, I meant to say if she says I have a boyfriend. If she says I have a boyfriend, that equals no. If she says I'm not dating anyone at the moment, that equals no. If she says I'm talking to someone right now, that equals no. I don't care if she's wearing a shirt that says I'm single. If she says I have a boyfriend or I'm not looking to talk to anyone, take that as a no. Number four is learn to walk away and handle rejection with class, right? And I can tell you from personal stories where I've approached a woman and she's told me that she has a boyfriend or that she's already talking to someone, and I say, cool, no big deal. It sounds like he's a lucky guy. It was great meeting you. And I simply walk away. For the most part, guys, the manner in which you approach her, in which you initiate the conversation, that's the same manner and the tone in which she's going to tell you that she's not interested or tell you that she's already speaking with someone or dating someone, right? That's the manner in which she's going to reject you for the most part. There's been times, guys, where just the way in which I approached them, they appreciated it. Even though they weren't going to give me their number, they appreciated how I did it and how respectful I was, and they paid me a compliment. And they're like, hey, you know, you seem like a great guy, but unfortunately I'm dating someone. Or, you know, I would love to give you my number, but unfortunately I'm dating someone. Or, man, if I was single, you know, I'd love to give you my number, but right now I'm involved with someone, right? They're being kind, and they're kind of paying me a compliment, and in some ways saying, hey, if I wasn't dating or if I was single, you know, I would be more than willing to kind of indulge your approach and get to know you a little bit better. Always remember, guys, that there's absolutely no reason for you to lose your cool or for you to insult her because she's not interested in talking with you or giving you her number, or to get in her face and threaten her or make her feel comfortable just because she's not interested or just because she doesn't give you her number. There's never any excuse to engage in that kind of behavior. Even if, guys, let's say you approached her and you were respectful and maybe she was a little rude or condescending towards you, you know, just simply walk away. Just say, hey, you know, great meeting you, enjoy the rest of your night. You know, it's rare. I think that it's gonna be rare that that's gonna happen, you know, if you approach her the right way. But even if she does, for whatever reason, you know, no need for you to get upset about it or for you to try to respond with that same kind of negative energy. Just simply walk away. It's not a big deal. And this is what I see a lot of you guys do when I'm out and I'm just observing and watching people. A lot of times, if the woman lets you know that she's not interested in a polite way, you use that as a reason to kind of come on even stronger, right? And I've seen guys say things like, oh, you know, I can't have your number. Well, what if we exchange, you know, Snapchats? Or what if we exchange, you know, Instagram? Or if she has a boyfriend, you know, I'm tired of hearing this line, oh, just because you have a boyfriend, that means you can't have friends, I can't be your friend. Guys, if she's polite enough to say that to you in a way that's respectful, that she's not inviting you to try harder and try to pursue her even more. Does that make sense? Right, but at the same time, if they're assertive with you and they're like, no, I'm just not interested, you're like, wow, why I gotta be like that though? Wow, why you gotta be so rude? You know, so when you do that, you kind of put women in a tough position, because they're like, how can I win? If I'm kind and I'm polite, there's guys that are gonna pursue even more. But if I'm just kind of blunt and very stern and straight to the point, no, I'm not interested, or no, I'm dating someone right now, guys get offensive and they, you know, try to verbally insult her or do things that are gonna start to then make her uncomfortable, just because, you know, she's very stern and assertive in how she tells you that she's not interested. So in that sense, I can sympathize, you know, with women, because a lot of them have this mindset where they're like, they have to be polite enough for you to not get emotionally triggered, but they also have to be stern and assertive enough for you to stop trying to pursue them and to just, you know, end the conversation. Now, that being said, I do want to point out that I have crazy amounts of respect for guys who are out there getting out of their comfort zone, introducing themselves to women, approaching women in a respectful way. I know that it's not always the easiest thing to do. I know that sometimes it makes you uncomfortable, but when you're doing that and you're doing it in a way that's respectful, I have, you know, crazy amounts of respect for guys that are doing that, because that's always been the approach that I take as far as introducing myself to a woman or approaching a woman whom I don't know. All that I want to say is just keep in mind that, you know, even though you're trying something new and you're getting out of your comfort zone, just be mindful of the response that you're getting from her. You know, if she's rejecting you, maybe politely, maybe it's a little bit stern, or you feel like, you know, that was kind of harsh, just, take it on the chin, just roll with it. At the end of the day, guys, there's way too many women out there for you to stress out over one rejecting you. Make sure you're going out there, creating conversations, speaking with people, not just when you go out, a Friday, Saturday with the guys, but just in your everyday life, wherever you happen to be. Look for opportunities to start conversations with women and to create that abundant dating lifestyle. And as always, if you put yourself in the right position, right, when we talk about the self-improvement and building yourself, you'll start to find that not only are you going to be the person who's always initiating the conversation and always introducing yourself, but as you build yourself and you focus on self-improvement and just improving all aspects of your life, you're going to notice that women are going to start to come up to you and start to approach you. They think that, the way that you carry yourself or the way that you're dressed or the physique that you have, they're going to find those things impressive, and they're going to be the ones who are coming up to you and starting conversations with you. So keep that in mind too, the self-improvement, bettering yourself. That also plays a role as far as going out there and creating those conversations. Put yourself in a position where women are also going to come up to you and approach you. That's a strategy that you can take as well. So that's it for this week's video, guys. I'm wrapping things up. I hope you got some awesome nuggets from this video. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Feel free to comment below, share some stories about when you approached a woman and maybe she said something that was funny, or she cursed you out, insulted you, whatever the case may be. Share some funny stories. Love to hear about it on the channel, and be sure to subscribe. That way you guys will be the first to know when we come out with new content. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll see you guys next time.